start my walk app. We'll see how far it is to Gordy's.
Hola muchachos. We are reporting live here from Pinehurst Park, Cloquet, Minnesota. And we're going to walk to...
Did you catch that?
We're going to walk to the historical...
Catch this wheelie.
Hey. We're going to walk to the historical Gordy's Hi-Hat Burger Joint. So...
World famous, that is.
World famous from 1960 onward.
Gordy has left us, but his grandson...
Junior?
No, Junior.
Junior. The grandson, the great-grandson.
Is working there.
There's an Upper Lakes truck far in the distance.
Climbing a hill now. What's this hill called? Sliding hill in the winter.
Yeah, this is a sliding hill in the winter. It has one light, and
we're going straight up it.
They have a fence line here to stop the sleds from going onto Highway 33. So we're going to go up.
We're climbing as we speak. With these birds.
Are those blackbirds?
Sure are. Camera shy.
A little camera shy.
This hill is exhausting.
All right, we're more than halfway up it. Could this be the highest point in Cloquet?
It sure is. Take a panorama at the top. There's your peak.
In the far distance is Erickson Acres, and down there is Upper Lakes Food.
Trees are blocking our view. Well, here you go.
And there's Pinehurst Park proper, and we're actually still in Pinehurst. This is all Pinehurst Park. All the way to the White House there is the park. I hear that train a-coming.
Is it rolling down the track? There we go. Now where are we?
Well, we're heading straight for USG, United States Gypsum.
I hate to say it, but gypsum?
Huh?
What's gypsum?
Gypsum is a mineral, a white mineral. USG is the second factory in Cloquet, and other than a few other small factories, this is the second largest. There is a pallet factory in Cloquet, I believe.
Downtown?
More in back next to Walmart.
All right. We got another hill to descend.
Yeah, we're still on high ground here. Now, if we look at this vacant spot, that's where the old water tower used to sit. And we're
up to the antique shop.
yes, it's only open on weekends.
It's open 1 hour a week.
And not too far away, I can see art glass in the distance.
Glass art.
Thank you. And Avenue C used to sit on that plot there. And
The entrance.
here's the entrance. Sorry, we're closed. Antique and Collectibles.
The sign here says 1913.
Built in August 1912, 1913, or was it? Well,
August 12, 1913.
August 12, boy, it built it in a day. 24 hours it took.
Good back then.
They're quick. Must have had a little assembly line going on.
Friendly neighbors.
No, we're not. We shouldn't film them.
Whoops. Should we walk to the park or should we walk to Avenue C?
Well, we can mix it up on the way back.
Yeah.
This has become a vape shop.
Do you want to interview these vapors?
I don't know. Should we?
Vaporists, as you might say.
Should we go toward the bull, or there's a bull over there? There's a Cloquet Tower in the distance.
We'll have to ask permission.
Yeah. Well, not to film the bull.
No, what if to interview them?
All right. Okay, we're in front of the vape shop here. We're going to take a look at the bull.
Let's go in.
You want to interview the bull?
You got to interview the owner.
I'm not sure if filming is allowed.
You got to have permission.
Yeah. All right, well,
We're in the
we're...
wrong section.
All right, well, we did pretty good.
That bull threw us off.
Yeah. All right, we're still making our way. West End building. This is the West End proper of Cloquet.
Nice sign.
By Adam Swanson.
The artist? Oh, yeah.
Oh, here's another artist.
Let's see if it's the same.
It's the same one.
He's talented.
Adam Swanson.
Adam, if you're watching this,
You got any words for Adam?
nice job.
Hey. Now this building here is probably a paper mill, corporate offices of some sort. These have, but I could be wrong. There's a sign.
Let's check the sign. You've been wrong before.
Yeah, the sign looks historical, but well, it looks like businesses with the Split Rock, Old City Hall.
Wow. Fred Little.
Donated by Barbara and Fred Little, Mayor of Cloquet, 1995 to
He
1998.
beat you in a
He-
tightly contested race.
Yeah, he did not win re-election.
Holgren beat him.
Yeah. Huh.
Well, it's Head to the park.
Okay, do you remember what this park name is?
Not really.
All right, we're gonna have to look at the plaque to see what the name is. This is a small green space in Cloquet. This is one of the nicest green spaces by the mill. It's called Wentworth Park.
This was the old tennis courts.
There was a tennis court here. Now, the city still owns part of this parking lot, and I don't know why the city doesn't
It turned into a skating park, and then
I don't know why the city doesn't evict these people that park here, because I'm pretty sure that this is city property.
free parking.
This was once a tennis court,
And then
a skateboard park,
and then
then a parking lot.
look at this old car.
Holy!
What we got here?
It's an old Lincoln Continental.
That's a beauty. Interior needs work.
Yeah. This is the old tennis net here, or the tennis fence. Yeah.
Awfully high net.
Yeah. I'd hate to lob over that. All right, now we're kind of entering what is known as private property, or this could be considered an alleyway, I suppose.
What business is this?
Like a repair shop of sorts. I'm not sure. We'll look at this RV that has a camera in the back. Incredible.
Yeah.
Now that is old school, if you ask me.
Here's a sunset.
Oh yeah.
There's people living in it. You got a grill and everything.
These are some old buildings.
It's starting to crumble a bit.
Inline automotive, transmissions, alignments, brakes, and wheel balancing.
Well said.
There you go.
No Ford pickup.
And there's the old Chief Theater in the distance.
Backside of it.
The backside on Avenue B.
We both watched many a movie there.
And in the far, far, far distance, the train approaching quickly, and sappy. Not approaching quickly.
We got time.
We got time. I hear that train a-coming.
Trip.
No.
Here they come again.
Here they come again.
Look at the little scooter bugs.
Whoa, he gave us some juice. He gave us some juice. Okay, there's USG, United States Gypsum. Some say gypsum, but
How about
it's
Gibson?
not Gibson. Here comes some more art by Adam Swanson, I believe.
Sure looks like his work.
Yeah. He likes mountain bikes.
Who doesn't? Should we check out this kiddie park?
Adam Swanson does it again.
You want USG proper.
Well, USG is a gigantic corporation. I'm sure we won't get permission at a local level to do an interview.
You can't even get in there.
No.
Fenced up.
We'd have to write to corporate.
You know how that goes. They don't write back.
Well, they'll say yes, but they'll never do it.
Here's the river.
Now we're going to be crossing the St. Louis River, but we're actually crossing it twice. We're entering an island. Do you remember what the island is called? Nope.
What?
We're entering Spafford Park, but the island is Dunlop Island.
That's right. It's still kind of high.
Yeah. Now there is trail access for ATVs and snowmobiles. We'll be entering near there.
What's this fine establishment? The Hub?
The Northeastern Hotel and the Hub Bar and Lounge. This was actually in a movie called
Iron Will.
Iron Will, that's correct. One of the stars of MASH was playing in this.
1986 or so.
Yeah.
Stars of MASH.
Major Winchester.
Oh yeah.
Major Winchester
The third.
to you and me. So which way should we go here?
You want to see the front?
Pretty nice establishment, and actually the only bar operating on the island. There used to be two.
Used to be that one.
Yeah. Oh, we're gonna head down Main Street.
Doesn't look very mean.
Well, there is one official house on the island, and you're looking at it.
Should we look at the statue? The lumberjack?
Yeah. No, I think that's the Voyageur.
Whoops. Where's the lumberjack?
I think the lumberjack is gone for good, huh? Where is lumberjack?
Wandered to Bemidji here.
That lumberjack has a paddle in his hand.
It's called a Voyageur.
We're gonna call him Voyageur. How far are we walking?
We walked 3/4 of a mile.
All right, so you're getting a little feel for lovely downtown of Cloquet. We're walking from park to park here. And soon we'll be on somewhat of a river walk. So just hang on. Now look at this stairway now. This is a access from Highway 33 onto the island. So this is all a big island here. So now we better read the plaque on this one. Does this say no lumberjack? This is a Voyageur.
I miss the old lumberjack.
Yeah. Or as they would say in France, Voyageur. Now it's kind of hard to be seen here, but
Oberstar was part of this.
Hubert
H. Humphrey?
Hubert Humphrey. Holy man.
This goes back to the 70s.
Dedicated July 5th, 76.
The bicentennial.
The bicentennial. Huh. Well, let's go look at the fishing pier and the boat launch. These are important aspects of the island. Of course, we have benches, and beyond this is a park on the other side of the island. You'd have to go over there. But the water is high.
And nobody's fishing.
Well, there are people across the way fishing. There's some kids on the other side of the river. Oh, a double boat launch.
Well,
That's pretty good.
bring your 2 boats.
Bring 2 boats if you got them.
I just feel like I'm gonna fall in.
Now on the other side there is parking and fishing area.
There's kids swimming over here.
This is all Riverwalk. And that's a fishing pier there. There's a stringer. A stringer.
That's not what it's called.
Well, the heck of it ain't.
It's a minnow bucket.
Is it a minnow bucket?
What's that? It's like an orange.
Might be minnows.
They put them in an orange bag.
Oh yeah.
The stringers when you put fish in.
Oh well, I thought it was a stringer. It's halos. It's a halo bag.
Quick Trip is texting me.
All right, we better continue our walk. All right, we're gonna stay on the public walkway here, at least for now. And this is a big RV and tenting site. There's showers and bathrooms there.
Electricity.
There might even be another. Well, that's a bridge. That's not a fishing pier. This is a little pond here. It's not really used much, but it has a nice footbridge. Donated by the Cloquet Lions Club, 1999. Pretty solid.
It's in great shape.
Good shape too. Yeah.
Maybe now would be a good time to say hi to our friend, our target friend. Do you want to do the honors?
Well, during the middle of this video, we're going to give a little shout out to our friend from Target. He sometimes hangs around on Canal Park during the summertime, but hello everybody from Target.
We got a motorcycle. Not supposed to be on the bridge, I don't.
No?
Are they?
Well,
I suppose it is, because there's roads on this.
yeah, there's
How else would they get over there?
there's ATVs.
You're right.
I think most things are allowed. Now there's little places for fire pits and little storage unit here. Okay, we gotta watch ourselves. This is an active motorized trail here.
Here.
Yeah. Okay, we're still on the island. Now on the far western side of the island is a small sappy rail yard. We're going to try to get a view of that
Through the fence.
through the fence for the viewers, of course. Now this is like an overflow rail yard. that's about it.
I think we have some fishing people.
Yeah. Now, I'm assuming that this bridge used to be a railroad bridge. Of course, Jeff won't confirm or deny that.
It probably was.
Well, it certainly wasn't a car bridge.
No, never. Just got a line in the water.
Yeah. Okay, we're coming to a pretty long walking trail. It goes.
People actually camp down here.
It goes.
It's free camping.
Oh. Yeah, this is all public property now, or at least the lion's share of it. It was kind of abandoned by the railroads. The water is still fairly high. How hot do you think it is?
I can check on this.
Are you doing a little time?
It's 79.
Doing a little time temperature check?
79 and it's 6 o'clock.
Wow.
Nicest day of the year.
It's pretty hot, and for the 15th of May.
Walked over a mile.
So we're getting a feel for this cross-country walk. In the background you can hear the hum of a train going by. This is an industrial city.
Here they come.
Now here comes some troops. Hey.
Friendly young man.
Oh yes. Now what do we have here? Nothing. Maybe something falling off of an ATV.
Got a fall in trees.
Okay, May 15th and the trees are in full bud. Or in full bloom, I guess you call it. Now again, a lot of this area is public because we got 4 trails meeting here. We got a big crossroads here.
Where do these trails go? I've always wondered that. Do they go to Saginaw or
Brookston? I don't know.
Brookston, Elborn, Dan Warren's house? Where do they go?
ATV snowmobile traffic.
Many snowmobiles out here.
All right. What is it closed to? Oh,
All other motor vehicles.
yeah, so no cars or trucks, but you can have motorcycles, snowmobiles, and ATVs.
Even a bicycle.
Oh yeah.
It'd be a rough ride.
Yeah. Mountain bike.
Better get some thick tires.
All right, now we're on asphalt here. Here's a little splinter trail.
Well,
It looks official. Yeah. No frogs in this puddle of water. Too much algae. Once again, we're coming to a kind of a crossroad here.
Another little trail.
ATV snowmobile traffic. They probably merge at some
I'll
point.
have to look at a map where this goes.
Yeah.
I went 5 miles down at one time and no end in sight. Gave up and turned around. Probably comes out on the highway.
Yeah.
Up we go.
Now there's 3 places to eat up on Sunnyside. We got we can have pizza at Quick Trip, we can eat at Gordy's or
Last week
Sammy's. We had Sammy's last week. Now there is family tradition, but it's very unreliable right now due to the pandemic aftermath and the worker shortage.
What do we have up here?
Looks like we have a Chamber of Commerce.
We were in there 30 years ago. Best lukewarm coffee in town.
The Chamber of Commerce of Cloquet has been known to serve the best lukewarm coffee in town. And with little doubt, I say that must be true.
Why is it never open?
It's never open.
What do you see through the trees there?
Aha!
There's a sight for sore eyes.
Cloquet Memorial Hospital. It's expanded, you know. Many trees had to be cut for the expansion project.
We should walk our trail on the way back.
Office of Tourism.
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 There's the fire.
That was a paramedic unit. All right, now we're going to go up the other side of the river. Probably in prehistoric times that this was a river bank at some point.
There's a beautiful sign.
Now this is looking back. You can see, possibly can see that Voyageur statue.
Oh yeah. Nice view of the city.
Now here is what used to be the little store and what used to be Minute Mart. It's kind of not doing anything right now.
Is it for sale?
I think it was sold. I think it was sold and the pumps were taken out and the sign was taken down.
Sign's still on there.
Well, no, the big
Right.
big pillar sign. I think I can smell Gordy's from here.
Smells like cheeseburger.
Now this is a small little cul-de-sac, a dead end if you will. This kind of begins Sunnyside.
We're coming up to history here. Sammy's.
Well, now what used to be in this building?
Can't remember.
Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Now I remember. Look out.
Holy!
It's all over.
That's a speed demon. Now Sammy's incorporated some outdoor seating. Taco salads, I can see the taco salad sign.
You got some good eyesight. Doesn't look that busy.
Gordy sometimes sponsors classic cars. But this week on Thursday at 7 p.m. they're sponsoring classic cars and classic bikes.
How do you know that?
I can read the sign. Can you
What we
see
got on your right here?
the fig tree? It's your typical greenhouse. Are we gonna let him go or?
Here's one of our favorite places.
The warming house.
Let's have a great cup of coffee.
Yes, they do. Do you think you will indulge?
Yes, I do.
All right.
Unless we go to Quick Trip.
You want to eat a Quick Trip or Gordy's?
There's the line. My favorite table's open.
Line's out the door.
Quick it.
We could. Hamburger of sorts. There's even a couple of pavilions.
Yeah, you can eat everywhere. And there's one of your favorite places.
The Hong Kong restaurant. They usually have the buffet open.
Tuesday through Sunday. You got another repair shop on your left.
Whoops. Sunnyside Automotive Repair. Abundant baby and tattoo.
Tattoo your baby. Auto sales here.
I'll be damned. Central Hall. There used to be like a candle store.
Yeah. How about insurance?
Yeah, that too. And you got Wealth Partners here.
That's cross. We can't yet.
Well, we can pretty soon.
Do it to it. Lose something?
Oh, a shoe.
Quick Trip. What's this little?
This kind of is for rent. Okay, we're on pretty high ground again. This is Sunnyside proper. Now, what used to sit on the Quick Trip property?
What was the name of that?
Al's Bar.
That's it.
Al had a pretty good establishment.
Till I went bankrupt, of course.
Sheesh.
Quite the rig.
Well, Jeff, I'm going to sign out.
All right.
Hey, signing out from Quick Trip. We'll be back. Okay, now we are at Quick Trip proper, and we ordered a 2-for-7 smoothie and a Quick Trip pizza. What we got? Pepperoni?
Pepperoni.
All right.
Thick crust.
All right, just a general view of the area. All right. Okay, we're leaving Quick Trip after eating.
A wonderful meal.
We ate a large pepperoni for $12.99 or $11.99, was it?
No, $12.99.
$12.99.
That's crot.
Oh God.
Now we're heading for some coffee.
Coffee?
Are you up for it?
Oh God, yes. Now across the street is the Hong Kong Spa and North Factor. lions. It's more than just a baby.
Fun job. Sure what she's doing. Oh, she's cleaning the sidewalk.
Yeah. You gotta really put your back into it.
What is this? You rent these things? Oh, you buy those things.
Yeah, you buy them.
Take a closer look.
All right, there's some sheds for sale.
My dad's shed collapsed. He needs a new one.
Collapsed
The roof caved in.
from the snow?
Snow and rain.
Well, the rain ain't gonna...
It was caught in a tarp. He had a tarp on the roof. The water was trapped in it.
Now, what would he do that for?
Because it was leaking. So he put a tarp over it.
Oh, plug the leak.
Check the prices here. 7,400. It's a
10 by 20 feet.
big shed. You could live in that thing. This one's 10 by 16, 58. Sold 5 grand.
Whoa. There's another one sold.
Insurance money, then he'll buy one. If he knows about this place.
Now the fig tree has tomatoes, cukes, and peppers.
Is it open? Look, it's free delivery. This flood with 30 miles. It's cutting it close.
It's cutting it close.
I bet they do it for my dad.
Yeah. He is a loyal customer.
He doesn't know it's here. I didn't know it was here.
Tomatoes, cukes, and peppers.
Should we walk in there? We haven't been in there in a while.
Jeff.
It's fine. I'm gonna ask you.
Here. Sheesh.
The sign is 63.
Look at that old car.
Oh yeah.
All right.
It's a
All right.
classic.
So here we are at the Gordy's warming house. We got our coffee here. We got mine with half and half. We're gonna adventure back to Pinehurst Park. So
Through the woods, of course.
through, yeah, a different route.
Let's cross.
All right, here we go.
1,
2, 3, 4. There comes a fast car.
2. Hard running with coffee.
We seem to do all right. Yeah, the sidewalks are very sandy from all the snow we had this winter. Lot of sand.
More sand than sidewalk.
No street sweepers on the sidewalk. I can see evidence over here that it was swept, but not on the sidewalk.
Do it yourself. Let's take this shortcut. This place is historic, and you know why. You got your 500th subscriber here.
That is correct. Now, was that a Minute Mart at the time, or was it
I believe it was.
Okay. Back when Minute Marts were still in operation.
Before Quick Trip, or probably a little after?
Yeah. Yeah, they didn't really turn over until Quick Trip was on the scene. Yeah, I don't know who actually...
What's that sign say?
I don't know who actually designed this building, but... Business is closed, sorry.
For the inconvenience.
Ooh.
So polite about it. Watch your step.
It's a doozy. Now there's the hospital again. We're kind of overlapping ourselves. This is a boulevard here. You watch this car. Now here's something you might not see in all areas of the world, is glacial boulders. There's 3 glacial boulders right there.
Millions of years old?
At least 10,000 years ago that they were placed here. Jeff, can you sit on one for a...
I can stand on one.
Yeah, stand on one to get a kind of a comparison here. Can you get on top of that thing? Here, stand on that one, yeah. There you go.
Cheers.
Cheerio.
We got a retreat.
Okay, we're gonna go on this trail here. Now, we already made a mistake because this sign specifically says stay on trail.
What's it? Oh, stay on trail.
Stay on trail. Okay.
I was off trail.
We were kind of off trail for a while. There's a few more glacial boulders, but much smaller.
There's a relic from it.
There's
years ago.
Yeah. Now it's just spring, so people really haven't cleaned up from the winter yet. So there's a lot of garbage in the woods that people will be picking out, hopefully. A lot of little plants are up.
A lot of trash.
A lot of trash. That comes with the winter. The glacier boulder phenomenon is quite common. I believe these are Norway pines that are planted here. Kind of a forestry species. Forestries like to plant these.
Foresters.
Mile 2. Pace 52 minutes, 16 seconds.
Wow. It's a slow pace.
Whoops.
That's because we were sitting down and I left it on.
Mm-hmm. Now we're getting a little closer to the hospital here. Again, a lot of trees had to come down to expand the hospital here. So this is the outcome. This used to be all trees here. So they really took a chunk out. Now,
So the boomer's aging, everything's expanding.
yeah, the boomers need hospitals that are big. They can go to. Now, if we went straight ahead, that would be Continuing along St. Louis River and into Erickson Acres.
We're going down this treacherous hill.
This is a treacherous hill. A lot of gullies and washouts here. Oof. There's a stump. Oh. I'm walking through the worst of it. Now I'm sure that this is open to ATVs and four-wheelers and alike. Now there's a boulder.
Name that rock.
Here's a couple of cedar trees that you don't... Cedar trees are sometimes hard to find, but there's a couple of them. So you got Norway pines, and then you got a cedar tree there. And some other brush.
We got a tight corner here.
This is a tight corner, and she's washed out on the right-hand side.
I hate to ride a bike down.
Wow.
I'd be scared.
This is a total washout. This used to be a level road when they first put it in. Oof. I think I'm going to lose the cap.
What do we got over here?
A lot of debris from the winter.
Kind of nest. See the underbelly.
Yeah, we're going to be walking under Highway 33, right next to the St. Louis River. Or as Jeff would say, the underbelly. And from Jeff's view, he says the water is high.
You don't agree?
Well, I kind of do. I just don't know why it's high now. I mean, it's been a while since snow melt. Boy, those wires go a long way across.
Sure do.
Wow.
Nice view that way.
Yeah. Yeah, this is a view without Sappy. Sappy's blocked by that island.
Have you been on that island?
No. Now you can see some deadheads are up from the on the bridge there.
Hung up.
See those are deadheads, but they were lifted up somehow, and put onto the bridge there. There's 3 of them, 1, 2, and a 3. A little bit of graffiti. We still have a long way to go.
It's a short time to get there. 7:41.
Yeah. I think we can make it.
We can swim this quick.
Yeah. Now, no motorized vehicles. So this is the official Riverwalk. Park benches included. Now, do you recall the population of Cloquet, Minnesota?
I do not.
It's roughly over 12,000 people.
Has it gone up or down?
Well, it's gone up. I think the last census was about 10,000. So,
That's good news.
so it moved up.
The Northland's making a comeback.
That's right.
The Duluth's gone up some.
Yeah.
That's why there's no housing.
Well, they have a bad habit of tearing down low-income housing around here.
Right.
There's a rock that's painted a little bit.
Graffitied. Branches down here.
Yep, that might have been from the heavy snow we got this winter. See, things aren't really cleaned up from winter time. Look at, there's all kinds of branches cut here. So, a lot of cleanup to do still. Now again, like I say, this used to be a railroad track.
You can tell underneath it was.
You can tell underneath how old it is. Those are ancient steel girders and ancient concrete forms there.
Maybe 1800s.
Yeah. So this is a good shot of USG
The tower.
and the Cloquet Water Tower. Now the smokestacks are not smoking, so they're not really running any major work right now, but those stacks would be bellowing out smoke if they were going.
Have they shut down?
Well, no, they don't run the it's off and on.
Must be 24/7.
No,
Never.
Well, I mean, they work 24/7, but the smokestacks aren't operating 24/7. I think there's plenty of work for them to do without the smokestacks going.
We got one-eyed bandit coming
Uh-oh,
at us.
one-eyed bandit coming right at us.
Let's see us.
God. Say what? Did his hat say Navy?
I think so.
Yeah.
You got something in common with them.
Yeah, like what?
Air Force, Navy. Bitter enemies.
All right, now we're entering in the Dunlop Island. We're on Dunlop Island now, and we're probably officially in Spafford Park right now. Now, do we want to walk the ATV, or do we want to walk right through the RV
We want to
park?
walk a different area.
Aha. So should we try the ATV?
Why not?
We might get ran over.
Wouldn't be the first time.
True. Now these are usually seasonal campers here. They probably have relatives in Cloquet or whatnot, and houses in Florida, Alabama, Texas, you name it.
Florida.
Florida. Now, is there any more trivia that you want to tell the viewers about Cloquet?
What's this thing?
Well, that's all USG still.
Didn't you work there as a security guard?
No. Now, okay, here's some trivia for you. Now, this big factory in Cloquet called USG, United States Gypsum, used to be a Conwed, and I think their main product is like ceiling tiles and drywall, hence the gypsum. Like is it called drywall?
It can be.
It can be, yeah. All right, we're getting pretty close here. Oh, here, wait.
A map.
A map. So explain to the viewers where we are, and we are in Cloquet.
It's a bigger map than we
Wow.
think.
Brookston, I was right. Saginaw, you are
Is this
right.
that trail that we were on?
I don't know. Is that the trail or the river?
The blue is the river.
Here's a map.
The blue is the river.
Empty.
That must be the trail. It goes all the way to Brookston.
Yeah.
It's a long walk.
And then there's Nickerson.
Where's your land? Off the map.
Yeah. Savannah State Forest. There's Floodwood.
Oh yeah.
Here's Old McGregor, Wright, Tamarack, Cromwell, Mattawa.
And you go south.
Yeah. It's a big map.
I thought it was more in depth. It's just a basic map.
Maintained by volunteers.
Wood
from
City Riders.
Wood City Riders. Huh. Now there is a hum coming from the factory.
Birds in there.
Yeah. Now while we're still on Dunlop Island, this is a historical site here. This building was raised only a year ago.
Oh, we watched it get burned down, remember?
Yeah. It was like a duplex apartment building. Whoa! There he goes.
We would fit on that.
No.
Our legs would be up to our chin.
There's a lot happening in Cloquet, really,
On a summery night.
on a summery night.
In the spring.
There's another cedar tree that I claim that are kind of rare,
Yes, they're everywhere.
yet they're everywhere. And this old building used to be a bar.
Named.
A bar with no name. I'm sure a few viewers will know the name of this bar. If you do, write a little message saying the name of this bar. What is this name that we're looking for? You used to drink a lot of beer in this bar.
You did?
Sure. Back in the early 90s. Never did go here though. We played darts, I guess.
Yeah, we played dart. This is a hotel? The top of it? Or?
It's a hotel in name.
Come on. The room's up there.
I don't think you could get a room.
It says open, but it never looks open. We gotta take a different route back.
Yeah.
I want your sign, please. Give them a shout out.
Give them a shout out, yeah. Now I don't know if they ran out of money or what, but there was supposed to be more light poles than there actually is on this bridge. There's the bases for them, but the poles are missing.
Probably don't need that, man.
No. Huh. Yeah, it was designed with a lot more.
Extras.
Yeah, but why put the base if you don't need that many?
Do they rotate them?
I don't think so. Rotate them. Well, they could put more lights and just dim the wattage a little bit.
We should go that old railroad car up here. Remember?
The train?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's part of a Cloquet beautification. What is the name of that park?
Find out.
All right, we're heading toward a park with a train sitting in it. And we're gonna find out the name of that park.
That was a three-wheeler.
Okay, we're coming to another geographical or a geological formation of rocks. Now, these are not considered glacier boulders. These are considered glacial outcroppings of rock. So, can you see them, Jeff?
Oh yeah.
Now, these are, I would consider them outcroppings. There could be a whole, there could be a whole expanse of rock like that. Yeah, see, this is all outcropping here. This is all like slate.
Yeah.
All slate rock. Jeff, can you grab a chunk of that and like break it here, like this one, right? That square looking one. No, no, the little one. No, this one. And kind of break it. There, you can see that? Okay, good.
Slate.
Slate, yeah. All right. All right. So you got a lot of slate in this area. This is the Upper Great Lakes geographical formations, or geological formations, if you will. You got to stay on the sidewalk here. Now Cloquet has kind of done a little renaissance. They put a lot of fences up and they put a lot of sidewalks in. They like to put sidewalks everywhere, so we're going to see an example of fencing and sidewalks in this park. You can see the fence that surrounds the perimeter of this park.
Shall we cross?
I think we got to cross to get in. Maybe we can just, should we just jump the fence?
Are you up to it?
Yeah, no, we won't jump it. We'll just navigate it.
I'd hate to miss.
Yeah, we ain't gonna run. We'll just walk over it.
Run and leap.
No, no. Step and leap. There.
Over it.
All right, I'm on the other side. I don't want to get electrocuted, so I'm going to avoid the pole area. There's a lot of electrical stuff here. You don't want to be walking by that. It's a good way to get yourself electrocuted. Okay, here's another stairway from Highway 33. And here's the Chief Theater. Kingdom Builders Ministries and Common Ground Coffee are all located at this building. And Jeff, he used the brand new sidewalk. Boy, very ingenious. All right, now look at the sidewalks. We got a sidewalk there. We got double sidewalks here. Picnic table, a caboose. Duluth and Northeastern Railroad.
Who's to go in this? Did they block it out from the public?
Will you take me going up and ringing the bell? Or should I just bring the camera?
I can hand it to you. I can't see through it.
No, you're not. All right, we're gonna go on this sucker. Yeah. And here's the bell. You know, I think I gotta get on the...
Can you reach it?
I'm gonna get one step closer here. All right, now I gotta find my way out. I'm gonna set the camera down.
It's called Fauley Park.
Huh?
Fauley.
All right, I'm back. Okay, dismounting the train is the most difficult. Whew. Hey, now the reason, now don't you try this at home, but I've been doing this since I was 6 years old, so okay, now Jeff just found out the name of the park.
Fauley Park.
All right, so here we go.
The old water tower. Whoops.
Fauley Park, the old water tower, which I discussed earlier in the video. So again, all these sidewalks and all these fences have been put up. Beautification. Now there is another little memorial here that I...
Where is said memorial?
Right
oh,
here,
there.
a little round area.
Take a closer look.
Let's take a closer look at this little memorial area.
And then we'll look at something across the street, which is really historic.
Now what is this hollowed ground?
I have no idea.
There's a light shining upon it.
Oh, that's it. The fire.
Uh-huh.
That's been there since '68.
The disastrous fire of October 12, 1918, which completely destroyed the city. And this was erected in 1968, October 12. Well, some of the letters are busted out. I think it is that old.
Never seen it before.
Well, maybe it was moved from one part of the park to the other.
That could be. It wasn't here before.
Right. So this is it. I mean, this is Fauley Park, the Chief Theater. We got Highway 33.
And we got the historic gas station.
Now, what kind of a gas station is this?
It's designed by you-know-who.
Frank Lloyd
Wright.
Wright. How can we get a closer look at this said
The
gas?
only one in the world.
Wow. I'm surprised there isn't a Japanese tourist taking a picture in front of this sucker. That used to be a thing back a few... Oh, keep going. Keep
Get
going.
a closer look.
Oh, I
got
think...
a green, so take a sharper left.
Okay. Okay, we're doing this legal-like. Dang, we're getting hit by yellows. Make a break for it.
Greens are 20 seconds in. There it is. Look at that.
All right, this is a two-story building. And it has 3 stalls for repairs. And I did have repairs done to my car here, and it was actually pretty reasonable priced. This is best service.
It's really holding up.
Yeah.
Futuristic yet really old. What's this a symbol of?
Liquid gas.
I suppose.
There's
Look at his retro pumps.
There's diesel.
Should we take the back roads?
I suppose. I see there's the U.S. Postal Service
Yeah.
in all of its glory.
I see ladders.
I see ladders too. Is that a scaffolding?
Sure is.
I think they're putting on vinyl siding.
Or repairing the window frames.
Oh yeah. Maintenance free.
falls apart.
Or blows off. Now it's just early enough in the spring that you can see the Catholic Church through the trees. It's a rare sighting because usually there's leaves in the way. But the Catholic Church is it's one of the highest buildings in Cloquet.
It's like on a hill.
Yeah, this is a big hill here too. This is, all those houses are way up. Holy!
Look at that thing.
There's a lot of incline. We're on the lower level. But the church does have the high ground in Cloquet.
Uh-oh.
Oh geez. Now the city has done some beautification, and I think this wall is...
Look at that fallen tree.
Look at that. Should we get a closer look?
Sure.
There's the church up there. There's the tree. Don't get too close to it. It'll roll down at any moment. Anyway, this retaining wall was probably built by the city. Maybe well, it looks like the stairway used to come down all the way, but now it doesn't.
Ends at a bench.
Yeah, see that they kind of took the church's access away. Huh. Well, that isn't good.
Climb the wall, I suppose.
It's a long jump.
If you're 80.
I'm sure a few Catholic priests are gonna not climb that wall. But again, this the retaining wall looks like it's holding up. It's several years old already.
It's in great shape.
Yeah. Now here's somebody who didn't lose access. They have full access. It's a nice stairway. We got some parents before prophets.
Patience.
Whoops. Thank you. Patience.
Many.
Oh. Now there's a pad. Whoa.
It's like a Cub Scout
meeting. Whew. All right, again we're on another hill. Now this is kind of a view onto Pinehurst Park there, and there's the water tower. Okay, we're really high up again. One of the few hills. Nobody's parking on the sidewalk, that's good. This isn't Ukraine.
Where's your coffee? Oh,
Hmm?
your
I'm done.
mine's gone.
That house is kind of big.
Carlton Avenue.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Seen a good chunk of the city.
Yeah, and then we can look back that way. It definitely went uphill.
Now we get a nice downhill.
Yeah, now we gotta go downhill. Maybe we can interview Mr. Wilton while we're still out and about.
We haven't seen him in 30 years.
Maybe the Duke will fly by.
Pedal by. Remember biking down this.
At least you had brakes. Now, Mr. Wilton's property is coming up here.
He's your old high school teacher.
Yeah. I hope he doesn't pull a Will Smith and say, "Keep my property out of your mouth." Oh God. But for the record, I've never been attacked or insulted by Bruce or by Will Smith.
Or Bruce.
Or Bruce Willis, for that matter. I'm sure Mr. Wilton wouldn't mind a shout out.
He's a kindly soul.
Yeah. His car isn't there though. He does have a garage, but never uses it.
He's got this nice
Yeah.
loop.
Yeah, like an all to himself type. But it doesn't help when there's hail. Should we run for it?
Usually do.
No,
Oh, hold it. Hit yellow.
we got a yellow. Hit the button.
It is their red.
Hit it again.
It's on. The light's on. You don't want to overdo it. Wait. It gets crabby.
It's good for the camera.
Yeah.
It says wait. God, I don't know if I should run. Oh, 23 seconds.
We're gonna make it. Kids are playing tennis.
Oh,
And parents.